O resto eu vejo depois, talvez, pode ser que uma mina firmeza possa trombar no rolê. É isso, deixa comigo.
It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Ernie Johnson.
Welcome, everyone. Thanks for tuning in to 2K Sports for another edition of NBA basketball. This is Kevin Harlan with Greg Anthony and Clark Kellogg alongside. And our sideline reporter tonight is Doris Burke. So glad you could join us here at the Phillips Arena, the home of the Hawks in Atlanta. And, of course, DeMarcus Cousins. Despite what he brought to this team in his absence, they've really taken off.
Well, as fans, as teammates, there are a lot of people that I'm sure are sad to see him go, given all he brings to the table. But I like what the trade does for him, and I bet it helps them right off the bat. I mean, it also is going to help him long term.
Well, you know, we'll see, because you don't make a change this drastic without having a period of adjustment. So you may be right. We'll see how long it takes and whether this new look roster can gel.
And a look at the starters for San Antonio. Parker and Green are the guard pairing. Aldridge out there with Kawhi Leonard. And it's Dedmon into the 5 spot. Now here's Parker. A 17-point game for him in the win against Memphis. To the right side. Aldridge wide open. He fires. That drops. And it comes off an assist from Parker.
Really nice way to get your first bucket of the day.
They get a hand on it. Parker with the steal. And here they go. Oh, and the jam by Leonard.
And that's how you make a steal count. Turn it into a quick slam at the other end.
It was really a case. It looked like Greg Anthony right there, if I can say so. It was really a case of a great defensive play triggering some instant offense.
Yeah, I remember GA as an irritant. And this guy, much like Greg, creating havoc out there.
Special thanks to Kia for that sweet Kia Slam Cam replay. Now here's Schroeder following the miss by Tony Parker. Schroeder with the ball. Picked up by Aldridge. Schroeder passes to Mirotic. Six to shoot. Schroeder kicks to Mirotic. And so he draws the foul on the shot. A trip to the line to shoot 2.
No, I tell you what, he earned his money on that foul.
Yeah, if you're going to foul, then make sure that you don't give a chance for the and one.
Good on both. And about 2 minutes played here in the first quarter. Parker with it. Pass to Aldridge. Drills the baseline jumper.
4 or 5 shots have dropped for them already. Not a bad way to get things started.
And I think Doris Burke has something for us right now. Doris?
I had a chance to talk with head coach Mike Budenholzer. The frustration was evident in his voice when I asked him about the way their season had been developing. He told me, we've been learning the hard way that anything less than a 100% effort is not going to get it done. I want to see my guys a lot hungrier than they have been. That would certainly help, gentlemen.
And as always, Doris, thank you. Just 2 to shoot. And it's going to be a 24-second shot clock violation. They turn it over.
Well, Kevin, we've got a moment now to look back to last year's Atlanta Hawks. 6th in three-point field goal percentage. 6th in points off turnovers. And they were in the top 10 in steals as well. I mean, this is a team that really gets after people defensively. Deflections, pressure on the ball, all of that leads to steals.
And really the three-point shot, so vital to their offense. The ability to spread the floor and force the defense to cover that much ground, I think really makes everything easier for them offensively.
That's good.
Well, Merry Christmas. I mean, that was a freebie.
The Spurs have gone 4 of 5 from the field so far. Aldridge a screen. Parker kicks to Green for the three. That drops, and it comes off an assist from Parker. Parker's got 4 assists now tonight.
And he came off that screen, and the D just didn't get over the top of him.
Yep, weren't there in time enough to challenge Greg, and when that's the case, you can mark those up for him.
It's Dedmon with the rebound.
And as far as jump shots go, that's what you have to continue to try and get.
I don't know how that one stayed out.
Aldridge a screen. Parker dishes to Aldridge. Back to Parker. Clock at 6. Mirotic against Aldridge. And lots of contact there. Missing the shot. He'll shoot 2. It's going to go on Nikola Mirotic. San Antonio shooting their first foul shots of the night here. Both free throws good from Aldridge.
And that's the norm for him. He's pretty much automatic when he's at the line.
Schroeder kicks to Mirotic. Covington passes to Schroeder. Mirotic the screen. Three-pointer. Rebounded by the Spurs. Want to keep rolling here following the win against Memphis.
And a couple guys got hot early, and then it became contagious. You could see that everybody kind of pitched in when it came to shooting.
Exactly right, Greg. I mean, normally there's a hot shooter. The defense can kind of lock into that guy and then let somebody else get some shots. But that wasn't even an option in that game because everybody was on fire.
Yeah, easy call.
Yeah, you could hear the smack all the way over here where we are.
San Antonio shooting their 3rd and 4th free throw shots of the night.
And one of the highlights last year for this group was the fact that they were so efficient from the charity stripe. That's a huge factor.
And, you know, that just added to their confidence at the offensive end. I mean, knowing that free throw shooting was something they didn't have to worry about gave them a lot of confidence to play freely.
Matthews, he's checked in for the Hawks. Now here's Schroeder. An 11-point game for him in the win against Portland.
And also 3 steals, so he showed some grit and determination on the defensive side.
Here's Leonard. 4-point game. Can't get it to go. Clark, they've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a little bit of cottonmouth here. Dry spell for sure.
Here's Schroeder, and fouled hard that time. He'll get to the line and shoot 2. It's his first trip to the line.
84%. That's what he was able to convert on a season ago from the line.
You know, he's been one of those players they've wanted on the line as much as possible this season, especially in close games, guys.
Here's what San Antonio's going with right now. Pau Gasol's checked in for Dwayne Dedmon, and it's Mills in for Tony Parker.
You know what? That's what you like to see. A perfect pass leading him right into the shot. Didn't even have to break stride.
And now the first timeout called here for the Hawks, fresh from a win against Portland.
And the way they attacked the basket in that game was unreal. I mean, after a while, the defenders seemed to just wave the white flag.
Yeah, like you said, I mean, that's what will happen when a team continues to attack the basket and come away with layups. The defense tends to get demoralized and deflated.
Goran Dragic is checked in for Dennis Schroeder. The pass to D. Olynyk with it. He's up against Gasol. Knocked away. The drive by Green, and he jams it with authority.
Whoa, quick hands on the steal, and then just mad hops on the slant.
Great sequence for them defensively and Clark offensively.
Well, one usually leads to the other, Kevin. That's just good, aggressive, attacking basketball at both ends.
Here's Dragic following the bucket by the Spurs. Down to 5 on the shot clock. And once again off the mark by Atlanta.
The defense needs to play tight on him, and that's exactly what they did to force that miss. Well done.
Aldridge with a screen on Matthews. Leonard against Matthews. From about 19 feet, can't get it to go.
Not sure what the D was doing there. Clearly a breakdown. You can ill afford to give a guy like him that good a look.
And it's Dragic off the drive, and he gets it to go.
The D on him has to be airtight, guys. You got to get into his airspace, and that was far from it.
Aldridge with a screen on Dragic. And here's Mills from the arc. The shot misses, and Atlanta will go the other way with it. Victory eluded them last time in San Antonio when they took on the Spurs.
Yeah, not a very inspired performance for them, particularly when they were defending. They just gave that hostile crowd plenty to cheer for.
Yeah, they allowed a lot of free runs to the hoop, a lot of open jump shots, and in the end, the opponent's shooting percentage was through the roof. You can't win if your defense isn't better than that.
Terrific effort on that shot. I mean, he's given up a lot of inches in that mismatch.
Well, height, who cares about height? I mean, it's just a number. Hey, you got to go with what you got. And he took what he had right at him there.
For the Hawks, Hollis Thompson comes in for Robert Covington. And it's E'Twaun Moore checking in for D. San Antonio also making some changes. Diaw comes in for LaMarcus Aldridge. And Lee subbed in for Daniel Green. Leonard. Shot is off. And Atlanta will come the other way. Matthews with it. He's picked up by Lee. And Dragic has it in the corner. They set the pick. And Kelly Olynyk is going to pick up the foul. That's his first foul.
And that's an aggressive play to try to get the rebound. Just a little too aggressive.
And unnecessary. That's over the top. That's doing too much, Greg. He wasn't in good position there, and he was never going to get the ball. He just wasted a foul.
Leonard attacking. The basket is good. That's his 6th attempt and his 3rd make.
And his presence as a scorer, it just has a calming effect for the rest of the team. He's a fallback option whenever they need one.
Now here's Thompson. The screen from Thompson. Leonard with the steal. And now running up the court. Leonard pushing it up. And there's the slam dunk to finish it off.
Well, they weren't going to pass up that chance to get out and run following the steal.
They better not. I mean, they've got to pad their lead anytime an opportunity presents itself, and that was a golden one.
Here's Dragic. Great pass to set up the lay-in. Dragic has got 6.
Man, he's having quite the quarter, converting at a really high percentage.
Gasol screen. The 3 for Mills. And he gets it to go. Mills has got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game. The Hawks trail by 7. Dragic kicks to Matthews. 1:09 left to play in the first. Dragic gets the bucket.
And good passing, setting up a lot of these buckets right now, Kevin. That's been the key.
Dime-dropping delights is what I call it.
Yeah, it's a nice pass. I will give you that one.
Yep, he was on the money, that's no doubt. Mills can't hit.
And no excuse there for missing that one after being freed up by a great pick.
Yeah, I agree with you. I mean, they came away empty, but they got the look they wanted, and really, I like the movement and communication there.
Now here's Moore. He hasn't scored yet. That I'm sure will change. 4 on the shot clock. And here's Matthews from the arc. It's rebounded by Boris Diaw.
Tell you what, they haven't wasted any time getting into the swing of things on the boards.
And even this early, that's a good omen for the rest of the game.
Here's Leonard. Playing Memphis, he was nearly unstoppable. That is good. Leonard's got 10 points in the game.
And the story here, Kevin, early on is how well they've shot the basketball.
Very high percentage so far, and if you want to start a game hot, that's the way to do it.
No good from Dragic. And that does it for the first.
And now, your Atlanta Hawks cheerleaders.
Now the second quarter getting ready to start up. And guys, what do you think about the hustle stance for the Spurs?
And it's been about their defense. They're playing with a frenetic pace, putting a lot of pressure on the ball handlers and forcing turnovers.
Another big aspect of their game tonight has been the fast break, transition opportunities. They're really keeping it up tempo so far.
Dennis Schroeder is out there with D. Then there's Mirotic. Then it's Olynyk, and it's Thompson in at the 3 spot. So that's the Hawks 5. And that one's good. Parker.
And look at how quick he was to bite on the pump fake. Left his feet way too soon.
Thompson outside. Pass to Mirotic. To the wing on the left. Schroeder kicks to Thompson. Gets it to go from beyond the arc. Here is Parker. Quarter number 2. We're about a minute in. Aldridge a screen. Parker kicks to Lee. Back to Parker. Tries again. Rebound Atlanta. D passes to Schroeder. Mirotic has a wide open look. No good with the triple. Spurs leading by 6. Parker outside. Pass to Simmons. Puts up a 3. And it's good on the assist by Parker. Parker's got 5 assists in the game.
And really, how about the quick release on that triple there? Because he's given up a lot of height in that matchup.
Right on target you are, Greg. I mean, the quick release is what made the difference there. Any hesitation, and that shot is being blocked.
Olynyk can't hit.
That's a surprise. I mean, really out of character for him to miss when the defense is not right up on it. Easy to see who's going to win that race.
Yeah, early offense is often easy offense. Excellent work that time.
Time called here. The Hawks decide to talk it over.
Yeah, saw some things that just weren't working for them and wants to make some adjustments.
Yeah, and no reason to wait around to do that, Greg. I mean, might as well make those adjustments right away.
And the Hawks making a change here. Covington's checked in. Dwayne Dedmon's checked in for San Antonio. Green comes in for Courtney Lee. And the basket good.
Really, really good at recognizing the gaps and getting the ball to the rim.
Now here's Parker. D right on him. It's stolen by Schroeder. Fast break here. Here come the Hawks. Shot is good, and the Spurs lead is cut down now to just 7 on the basket from Mirotic.
Oh, Maestro, he is so good at making those lead passes, like conducting an orchestra.
Now here's Parker. Aldridge a screen for 3. And Green with the basket on the assist by Parker. Parker's got 6 assists here tonight.
You can't afford to get him that kind of a look.
Well, you know, he came off a good screen, but still, as a defender, you got to do a better job of fighting over and through that.
D passes to Schroeder. Feeds it to Mirotic. And right away, they match it with a 3-pointer of their own. Mirotic has got 5 points in the quarter. Parker kicks to Aldridge. And stolen by Mirotic. Shot is good, and the Spurs lead is cut to just 5 points in the basket from D.
Wow, what a pass there. He made that a very easy basket with that setup.
Out to the right wing. Simmons dishes to Dedmon. Soft touch off the glass. Dedmon's got his first points of the night.
And guys, they continue to put a lot of pressure on the interior defenders with the way they work down low.
It's becoming a theme in this game, Clark. They are piling up the points in the paint.
Now here's Schroeder to the inside. And the call will be against Tony Parker. That's foul number 2 for him.
Another foul would give him 3 before the half. Something to keep an eye on, guys.
J.J. Barea is checked in for the Hawks.
And started hot, and he's only gotten hotter.
And Parker, here we go. Misses in close.
And you can see the defenders afraid to kind of get in his way a lot of times when he's on his way to the basket. But on that one, they were there.
Here's Barea. The teardrop falls in. Now it's just a 3-point Spurs lead.
And now we can see them really working it inside.
Yeah, Clark, quality looks at the rim. That's fueling this run.
San Antonio calls timeout. Leonard, he's checked in for San Antonio. San Antonio leading by 3. There's the pick. Parker kicks to Dedmon. He dishes it to Aldridge, and he takes the feed in stride and slams it home.
And nobody, guys, among the defenders stepping up to challenge him on that drive to the 10.
And Greg, he says, thank you very much, and sails in for the flush.
And those are the kind of sequences that tell you why the score is what it is.
And the Spurs with possession after the basket by Atlanta. Good!
What handles? He broke the D down to the ground with that move.
Atlanta's gone 2 or 3 when they've stepped beyond the arc in the second quarter. And yes, sir, that one drops. And that's now 6 points for Kelly Olynyk.
Pretty much all of their buckets coming from inside the paint now.
That's right. 5 of their last 6 makes were on the interior. They've established their inside presence.
Now here is Aldridge. 11 points in the game. And Green gets it to go. And here's Barea. To the middle. Here's Mirotic. Count the bucket coming off a perfectly placed assist. Mirotic has got 13.
I think they need to get much more disruptive defensively. They can't just keep allowing these easy baskets.
That's got to be job number 1 right now. Nothing easy on the inside.
Now here's Aldridge. Mirotic grabs the miss. Still anybody's game at this point.
And no question, this is when you really have to have trust on the floor with each possession.
That's their 3rd straight make off an assist.
Great ball movement.
Here's Parker. That ball is in the basket. Now he's shot 6 and made 3 of them.
And he has really come to life here after a slow start in that first quarter.
There's a good screen. And the call will be against Tony Parker. That's his 3rd foul of the game. Atlanta making some changes. Matthews, he's checked in for Olynyk. And it's Etuan Moore checking in for D. Here's Moore. Great D that time from Green. Spurs leading by 3. Matthews with the steal. Poked away. He kicks to Barea. The dish to Moore. And out of bounds as the Spurs gain possession. Well, when you think of the great playmakers in league history, John Stockton per game averaged double-digit dimes. Think of this. For his career, 15,806 career assists. A record you knew right off would stand for a very long time.
And guys, you know, you look up point guard in the dictionary, and there's a nice little picture of John Stockton there. I mean, he is an unreal distributor. Controlled the game like no one ever has before or since. It's no coincidence that Utah never missed the playoffs in any of the 19 seasons that John Stockton was at the helm.
San Antonio's gotten a success rate of just over 50% from three-point tonight. 4 of 7 shooting. No good from Lee.
Boy, from my angle, it looked like it was in the bottom of the net. Looked good from here.
Yeah, I'm about as shocked as you are, Clark.
Rockets the pass to Covington. Mirotic sets the screen for Matthews. 6 on the shot clock. Moore. Good on the three-point shot.
I'm not sure who was supposed to pick him up, but somebody's going to get an earful from the coach for leaving him that wide open.
A 3 from Leonard. Second shot opportunity, and the whistle blows as the basket counts, and a three-point play chance right here. One free throw coming up.
And that putback about as easy a bucket as you're going to get.
Exactly what happens when you don't box out, Greg.
Hollis Thompson's checked in for Robert Covington. Mirotic dishes to Dragic. Another 3 for Atlanta.
That's 2 bombs in a row from long range.
Let's face it, the defense is a step slow. You've got to take away the airspace.
Now here's Mills. He has 5. Diaw, the screen. And Kawhi Leonard with the slam.
And that's such solid, fundamental basketball on display right there, guys.
You talk about it all the time, Greg. Yeah, great use of the pick to set up a dunk.
And, guys, it was a terrific understanding between teammates that made that possible. They really did read each other well there.
Here is Matthews following the bucket by the Spurs. That's good. Moore's got his second bucket of the night. San Antonio leading. And Mills kicks to Gasol. Lets it go from deep, and that is good.
They're hovering around 50% for the game in three-pointers. That's pretty good. But they've really elevated here in the second quarter.
That's his first personal foul, third team foul.
Here is Matthews. Quiet so far offensively, searching for his first points of the game. Dragic with it. Gasol covering. Dragic gets the bucket.
And look, he's not the best athlete, but he's able to create the space he needs to operate.
Spurs leading by 3. 41 seconds left to play in the first half. Up top, Leonard. He's covered by Matthews. Matthews with the rebound.
This is not the slam dunk contest. You don't get do-over. You got to finish the job.
It's Dragic with the drive. Leonard with the steal.
And if they're smart, they can hold it for the last shot.
To me, that's got to be the target. Make sure you manage the clock effectively so you do get the last shot.
Boom, he jams it straight down.
I mean, he is tearing the defense apart, and let's face it, they have not brought their A game on that side of the ball.
Dragic. And a pretty tightly contested.
Thank you, Kevin. Here with Tony Parker. And
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Ernie Johnson here again with Kenny Smith and Shaquille. Kawhi Leonard is having one of those nights. He had 14 points, 2 steals, and 1 rebound. That does it for halftime as the game is just about set to
The third quarter now beginning. Both sides looking to pull away in the last half of the game. Kawhi Leonard really has his fingerprints all over this one.
You know, and as effective as he was at slashing to the hoop in that first half, even better at finishing once he got there.
Guys, we saw some amazing dunks from him. I can't imagine he'll be able to top those in these last 2 quarters, but I'd love to see him try.
All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups courtesy of Gatorade for the second half of basketball. On the floor for San Antonio, defensive-minded Green and Leonard are the wings. Aldridge out there with Dwayne Dedmon, and it's Parker in at the 1. Spurs leading by 5. Leonard on the wing. Parker passes to Leonard. Here's Dedmon. The feed to Green. Second half just getting started. About a minute played. The basket drops, and he gets fouled on the shot. 1 free throw coming his way.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
Well, I agree with you. 4 of their last 5 baskets have been exactly of that variety.
First trip to the free throw line for him tonight.
And over the course of last year, he was up over 90%. And with a stroke like that, you see why.
And, guys, the numbers don't lie. I mean, he was such a reliable presence at the free throw line all throughout last season.
Pass to deep. Plenty of space. And he didn't get quite enough under that one.
The defense there got away with a major lapse.
Parker dishes to Green. Parker kicks to Green. Back to Parker. 5 to shoot. It falls for his 5th field. Goal of the night, now shooting 5 for 8.
He's played an important role in their offense today, guys. Without him, they may not be in the league.
Got a piece of it. Here's Olynyk. Uses both hands to slam it down.
Now that's finishing your work right there.
Powerful two-hand jam. You're right.
And I tell you what, if he's got a few more of those in him, this lead will start shrinking even further.
Here's Dedmon. Kicks it to Aldridge. No good. So Atlanta will take it the other way. D passes to Schroeder. Here's the 3. And there's the rebound by Dedmon. Dedmon's got 4 rebounds in this game. It's Aldridge penetrating. Here's Schroeder. They really want to find that igniter here.
Yeah, that's right. Kevin, the offense has basically been running in place.
They got to get going. In transition, here comes San Antonio, and that one's good. Parker.
And he could be the guy to put this game out of reach.
The Hawks trail by 10.
Atlanta timeout.
Atlanta calls timeout. You have to like what we're seeing so far from Kawhi Leonard.
He's definitely rolling offensively. You might not be able to stop him, but you've got to find a way to contain him.
The Spurs making a switch here. Simmons is checked in. Here's D. Atlanta again missing.
And not a night he's going to want to remember, just not really able to score the basketball.
Down low, here's Leonard, and there's the slam dunk to finish it off.
Boy, that was a thing of beauty by Parker.
Third quarter action, and just under 3.5 minutes have gone. Schroeder passes to D. Dishes to Mirotic. Hawks passing it around. Schroeder kicks to Olynyk. And it's sent back by Aldridge. Outside Leonard. Played in with a nice touch off the glass. Leonard's got 18 points in the game.
Every time they get scored on during this run, it's come from inside the paint.
Yeah, they have really owned the interior. You've got to collapse that defense and force them to beat you over the top.
And the basket by Olynyk.
You know, he's knocking down his shots today, but it hasn't really translated to the scoreboard yet.
Back to Parker. Now here's Schroeder. Olynyk dishes to Covington. He feeds it to Mirotic. And it's blocked. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Hawks will retain possession. J.J. Barea is checked in for the Hawks. So it's Atlanta now. 11-point game. Now Leonard. He's got 18. Parker passes to Dedmon. Outside Aldridge. Parker up top. Pulls up. High post. And misses it off the right side of the rim.
And, you know, coaches just love players who they can count on to give that effort defensively.
And he clearly is one of those guys, Greg. We saw it right there. Nice work forcing that miss.
And even 3-on-3 break. From 11 feet away. Shot is good, and the Spurs lead is cut down to 9 in the bucket from Barea.
That's really how they're going to get back into this game, trim the lead. I mean, play tough defense, force some turnovers, and then push it to the other end.
And, Clark, those steals allow you to play in the open floor.
Time called here. The Spurs decide to talk it over. Spurs leading by 9. Parker with it. 12 points for him. Dedmon kicks to Parker. And there's the pass to Aldridge. That drops, and it comes off an assist from Parker. Parker's got his 8th assist in the game. The Hawks have gone a somewhat subpar 4 of 10 on their shots in the second half so far. And the basket by Olynyk. And here is Parker. Pass to Aldridge. Back to Parker. Just 5 on the clock. Passes to Aldridge. And another basket for San Antonio.
Perfect screen there. Set him up with a terrific look.
Yeah, I like the fact that the setup was good, the screen was solid, but you also have to look at the fact that the defender didn't do his job as well as he could have.
Now here's Schroeder. There's a good screen. Inside and stolen by Aldridge. In transition, here come the Spurs. Leonard kicks to Simmons. Releases. They get it again. Here's Aldridge, and there's the whistle. Fouled hard on the shot. He'll go to the line. That one on Olynyk.
We've seen LaMarcus Aldridge getting it done. He has 15 points, and he's come up with a couple of nice steals today, too.
Clark, just a very energetic brand of defense.
Looking at who's out there now for the Hawks. Thompson, he's checked in for Robert Covington. Matthews comes in for D. Ejuan Moore, he's checked in for Dennis Schroeder. And it's Dragic in for J.J. Barea. Here's Mills, following the 3 by Atlanta. Gasol a screen. Here's Aldridge. And all around the rim that time before dropping in. Aldridge has got 8 points in the quarter.
Feeling it. No doubt about it. He's definitely feeling it right now. Shooting a terrific percentage from the field. Consistency all game long. He's going to continue, I think, to have to take it over to get them back in the game.
And Mills kicks to Gasol. Here's Simmons. And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline. The Hawks trail by 9. And it's Moore penetrating. So the whistle blows on the shot, and 2 free throws for the contact right there. Let's pause to take a look at the teams that were tops in field goal percentage last season. Number 1, the Spurs.
They were remarkable in terms of their efficiency on the offensive side of the ball. I mean, they did a great job of finding the open man and working for great looks. Really just an unselfish group.
Boris Diaw's checked in for LaMarcus Aldridge.
That's something they need to do more of. Get after it on the glass. Go get those boards.
Clark, it wouldn't hurt. Some extra possessions would definitely help narrow the gap and maybe swing the momentum. What are you going to do defensively? Such separation with the height advantage in that matchup.
And Boris Diaw picks up the foul. That is his first foul of the game. Moore outside. The screen from Thompson. Just 4 to shoot. And it's Moore penetrating. Gasol knocks it away. And the Spurs pushing it up now. A strong finish under heavy pressure all over. Simmons got his 3rd basket of the night right there. And what's your take, guys, on the hustle stats for San Antonio?
Contested shots and block shots. They're bread and butter defensively. They're giving up no easy looks.
Yeah, but they've been offensive defensively tonight because they've really forced the issue on D and come up with quite a few steals and deflections.
They're straying away from the three-point game here in the second half. And that's fine as long as they're on the lead and they're getting good shots. They've decided not to take nearly as many three-pointers in this half.
Now here's Matthews. No scoring yet from him, but that's likely to change. To end the run. San Antonio with the rebound. 58 seconds left in the 3rd quarter. And Mills kicks to Gasol. Feeds to Mills. Good looking screen by Gasol. Moore with the block. Dragic against Lee. Dragic kicks to Thompson. Offline from the top of the key. Spurs leading by 15. 6-second difference between shot and game clock. A wide open look for Gasol. A 3-pointer off the mark. The Hawks have gone 7 for 16 in the second half from the field, shooting a bit under 50%. Lee against Dragic. And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact and he'll shoot 2.
Wow, he got whacked on that one. Shouldn't be much debate there.
Blatant contact. Straightforward call. Simple.
And Goran Dragic drops them both. 8 seconds left to play in the 3rd. And Mills kicks to Diaw, and it goes. Out of bounds. That one off Dragic.
Well, close to picking that one off.
Still a nice play to make sure that pass didn't reach its target.
And here's Mills from the arc. And released it into. Well, through 3 quarters of play, down double digits, it may be difficult to overcome. It's the Spurs. They lead by 13. And coming up as soon as we return from break, the 4th quarter gets underway. Welcome back as we get ready to start the 4th quarter. Not exactly a nail-biter here, but you never know. Z out there with Mirotic. Then there's Dennis Schroeder. Then there's J.J. Barea. And it's Olynyk in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. So that's the lineup for Atlanta. Now here's Barea, guarded by Green. D passes to Schroeder. Shot clock at 5. From past the arc. That one's good. The San Antonio lead is cut down to 10 on the bucket from D.
And this has been purely a display of offense that we're seeing here today.
And, you know, it's only getting better as both of these teams' defenses are starting to show signs of wearing down.
Now here's Barea following the miss by Tony Parker. The Hawks working the ball around. Here's Mirotic. And Gasol sends it back. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Hawks will retain possession. LaMarcus Aldridge, he's checked in for San Antonio. Now here's Schroeder, covered by Parker. And that one's good. Schroeder. Here's Parker. Goes up at the stripe. And a big bounce off the rim, but it sinks right in.
And that kind of sums up the defensive effort we've seen here tonight, guys.
Olynyk dishes to Schroeder. Floats one up. LaMarcus Aldridge grabs the miss. Aldridge has got 6 rebounds here tonight. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up and 2 shots coming up.
And what a tremendous game for Green. He's got 13 points, and he's knocked down a pair of 3-pointers in this game, too.
And maybe it's time for them to set a few more screens for him up top and let him add to that total.
And the Hawks making a change here. Covington's checked in. So it's Atlanta now. They played a great fourth quarter defensively, allowing only 3 points. Here's Schroeder. He dishes it to Covington. Parker with the steal. And now in transition is Parker. Here we go.
Punches it down with pop.
Rubs it in. It looks like a little deeper with the hanging finish.
I tell you what, they're not backing off at all, are they?
Time called here. The Hawks decide to talk it over.
You know, I think he just wants to tinker with the game plan a little bit, and I think that's a wise timeout.
And part of it, too, Greg, was he saw some things going on out there that he didn't care for.
And now Doris Burke has an update from the sidelines.
I was able to listen in on what Mike Budenholzer had to say to his team. He got after them and told them to turn up the intensity, saying, we put ourselves in a corner, and now we've got to fight our way out. Show me what you have. Let's see if we've got what it takes, guys.
Really just a tremendous day for him. And if you remember, he was just as good in their last game.
Now here's Schroeder, covered by Parker. Mirotic, another 3 for Atlanta.
Man, they came out smoking here from beyond.
And Greg, as hot as they are from out there, absolutely no reason at all not to just keep letting them fly.
Now the dish to Aldridge. And it's good on the assist by Parker. And that's now 21 points for Aldridge.
That was the 3rd straight high percentage look this defense has allowed. I mean, these defenders have got to start bumping bodies in the paint. Be more physical. Be more aggressive.
The game's just far too easy right now when it comes to attacking the basket. They have got to do better.
Spurs leading by 12. Green kicks to Aldridge. The feed now to Gasol. Leonard on the wing. Gets to the rim for 2 with the D all over him. Leonard's got 4 points in the quarter.
Some defensive breakdowns are starting to show up now. Their last 4 buckets allowed have come from very close range.
Yeah, high percentage shots are what they are getting in terms of the attempts, and that's just not going to get it done. They have got to figure it out.
Now here's Schroeder. Shot clock at 6. He kicks it to Olynyk. Here's Mirotic, and it's good with time running down on the shot clock. Mirotic has got 20.
Unbelievable. This guy is completely in a zone.
And he knows it. You can see it. Body language, the confidence. Real swagger out there for him.
San Antonio calls timeout. San Antonio leading by 12. Parker outside. To the middle. Here's Leonard. Terrific assist. A nice finish. Solid play all around.
Just no resistance on the inside. That's their 5th consecutive make in the paint.
And, Greg, those looks they're allowing are almost automatic.
Now here's Schroeder. Pass to Mirotic. Can he keep it going? And it's sent back by Aldridge. And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Aldridge. And so it's Atlanta with it. They trail by 14. 5 on the clock. Schroeder kicks to Olynyk. Mirotic. But they get it back. The pass to D. Dishes it to Olynyk. Another shot. Great D that time from Leonard. San Antonio leading by 14. Kicks to Parker. Green left side. Parker outside. Here's Gasol. Count that one. And the Spurs lead by 16.
And they are attacking the rim and getting great results.
And how? I mean, they're taking this defense to task, taking them to school. Every one of their last 10 points have come in the paint.
Here's Covington. There's a good screen. Here's D. Green with the rebound.
He's not necessarily a strong inside presence, but he needs to polish those chances off.
Aldridge a screen. Pass to Gasol. The three. That drops, and it comes off an assist from Parker. 14 points for Pau Gasol.
Boy, they've gone on this run, and ball movement has been a big key.
It really has, Clark. The defense unable to react as quickly as necessary in terms of dealing with their passing.
Atlanta again missing.
And another miss. Oof. He's having a really ugly game.
Yeah, about as ugly as you can have, you're right. Aldridge a screen. Now here's Leonard. Aldridge a screen. To the paint, off the pick. And he comes off the screen and slams it through.
And the big lead becomes bigger. They are playing with purpose here tonight, guys.
And they're doing it at both ends of the floor. I mean, that's what you like to see. They've been controlling the action from both ends of the court.
San Antonio with the ball. They're on a 20-7 run. Outside Gasol. Launches a three. And the foul called on Daniel Green. That'll be his second foul of the game. And the Hawks making a change here. Dragic has checked in. And some changes here for the Spurs. The Hawks trail by 21. He feeds it to Covington. Back to Dragic. They set the screen. Passes it to Mirotic. Fires the three. The offensive rebound. Here's Olynyk, and they convert it last on attempt number 3.
Really another fantastic offensive rebound and putback. This is the second game in a row where he has just been ball dominant.
Here's Murray. Five to shoot. Rebound, Atlanta. Mirotic has got rebound number 5 here tonight. Feeds it to Dragic. To the paint, Olynyk, and that's good. And it's Dragic with the assist. 17 points for Kelly Olynyk.
They're not as aggressive from the outside here, but maybe they should think about stretching the defense a little bit, like they did in the first half. I mean, stretching the defense makes it easier to score inside, too.
It's deflected. Here's Bertanis. Hits the three-point bomb.
And with that basket, you'd have to think this lead is secure.
I'm almost ready to go there with you, partner. Not quite. I'm hanging around at that 98% mark, so it's just about done, but I need a little more evidence to close the book on.
Here's D. Terrific design on a big play, and he lays it in.
They're consistently finding ways to get the ball inside and taking full advantage.
Pretty clear, it's smash mouth basketball. Pound that thing inside.
Now here's Anderson. 6 to shoot. He dishes it to Simmons. It's in, and he's a very efficient 5 for 6 on the game.
And one team is just completely outclassing the other tonight. Spirited performance, and it really ignited what is turning out to be a monster win here for the Spurs.
You're right, Steve. It was a standout performance across the board. They were just, at times, it seemed toying with it.
Yeah, like watching a cat play with a mouse, Kevin, quite honestly. They were able to do more or less, whatever they wanted to do.
And with this effort tonight, grabbing their 8th win of the year.
And with this win, it gives them a sweep of the season series, even though it's just a brief. And guys got careless with the ball there, and the turnover leads to the big stuff.
Once he came up right with the steal, he went straight on the attack.
That's exactly the way to do it, too, Kevin. Go hard to the bucket and don't let them set up the defense.
Special thanks to Kia for that sweet Kia Slam Cam replay. They get the rebound.
There's no getting around the simple fact that that's a shot he has to knock down.
7-second difference, shot and game clock. Here's Dedmon. To the inside. Stripped away. D passes to Dragic. And so it's San Antonio easily taking this one. A resounding victory for them. And Greg in enemy territory, no less.
That's exactly right. But with the way they controlled the game and just completely took the crowd out of it, that's how to get it done on the road.
And time now to go courtside as we send you over to Doris Burke from the sideline. Doris?
Well, LaMarcus, we saw you take the hit and play aggressively in getting to the line. Is that something that just sort of happened the way this one played out, or is that more of a focus that Coach wants to see from you?
Yeah, I think, I definitely worked on it. I think I'm definitely, have, more confidence in it now, so, I'll do it more.
The 2K Sports postgame show.
Many thanks, Kevin. So now we move on to our Jordan player of the game, LaMarcus Aldridge. Right out of the gates, he came out strong, making his first 3 shots and helping establish some offensive rhythm.
He was dead on from the field tonight, guys. I'd call his performance economical because there was no wasted opportunity.
And folks, that'll wrap it up for tonight. We hope you enjoyed the game. For Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith, Kevin Harlan, and the entire 2K Sports crew, I'm Ernie Johnson. Have a good evening.